Is dedicated hate viewers. Yeah, I mean, like, banning those kinds of people and not talking about them is really important. And then also, like, getting your community on your side and, like, banning people who are who basically, like, provide positive feedback to those types of people, I think is really important too. Like, for example, like, if somebody posts something, like, really bad on one of my tweets, and they'll be like, oh, I hope you kill yourself, or not even something that's, like, really that bad, but just something like, I can't believe how much of a fake fucking loser you are now, like, I don't like you anymore and I hope your stream dies. Like, and let's say there's like 5 people that like that stream, that like that comment. I'll just go through the people who like the comment and block them too. 100%. Because I don't want to have people who provide a reward structure for abusing me. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much where I'm at. Who are so toxic on Twitter? Yeah. So that's the smart thing to do, is you block anybody who provides a reward structure for people who are harassing you. That's what I was saying before about how, like, if I see people that are, like, saying negative shit to me on Twitter, I will go through and, like, I'll block anybody who's, like, liking those comments, because I don't want to have people who are providing, like, a reward structure for harassing me, because, like, that's what'll happen, right? It's like, if somebody says like oh, you know, like, you know, they say something bad to me, right? Like, whatever it is, and, like, if I actually don't want people to say something like that to me, I don't want to have other people out there that kind of give that person a reward for saying that. Something more effort than it's worth? It's absolutely not. Like, it literally takes me probably like 30 seconds. Like, and I think that's like nothing. Yeah, it's super fast. I think people, like, really over exaggerate the amount of time that, like, it takes to, like, block somebody or do something like that. It's super fast. Jabot people have legitimate criticism just to cut out negativity. I feel like, what do you, like, how do you define, like, what's legitimate criticism? So, like, for me, it depends on, like, how it's delivered. So, for example, if somebody's like, yeah, hey, I feel like your streams haven't really been, like, that good recently. I don't like that you're doing X, Y, and Z, and I think this is bad. I'd never really, why would I block somebody like that? No. But if it's something different, then yeah, like something, I think usually people, most times that people say something's legitimate criticism, it's actually not. Like, it's just like they're saying it's legitimate criticism because they think it's true. It's like, you've become like a fragile, like, fucking, you've become a pussy bitch recently. It's like, is that legitimate criticism? I don't know, probably not. But to somebody who thinks that the guy's become a pussy bitch recently, it is. So it's like, that's kind of how I'm talking about. Why is Twitter bad in particular? Oh, I'm just talking about Twitter, right? I mean, the reason I'm talking about Twitter is because you can see who likes comments on Twitter, versus like on Reddit or something like that where you can't. So you have like an actionable thing that you can do to stop a behavior. Take much energy to block all those people. How can you keep them out? It's easy. most of the time, like, negativity stems out of, like, actually a very small amount of people. And so if you ban, like, probably the, you know, like, if you look at, like, all of the negative people, and if you ban, like, the top 20% of the negative people, the top 20% most vocal and most active negative people empower the other 80%. And the other 80% will stop being negative, or they'll just kind of stop talking in general, or go watch somebody else. Does that make sense? It's like in general, like there's like conduits to negativity. So like if you have one person who's making videos about you, or like kind of trying to make you look bad, or constantly trying to bring up things in chat to like make you look bad, that person is going to empower other people to do the same thing and to kind of feed off of that negativity. And so if you cut off the head, all the other people kind of just stop doing it. It's mob mentality, yeah. Wait, negative comments stick more with streamers. If you had 10 people go and shake your hand, and then you had one person slap you in the face, who would you remember? It's pretty easy. I think a lot of people can remember negative experiences they've had 10 years ago, but they probably remember more, like, comparatively more negative experiences they've had than positive experiences. Like, if you get, like, turned down by a girl whenever you're younger, or, you know, embarrass yourself in school or something like that, I guarantee you're gonna remember that shit. And like all the days like you hung out with your friends and everything like that, you probably remember that, but it's more of like an abstract. Whereas like the time that like you got embarrassed by like some girl in like middle school, you probably remember the shirt that you were wearing that day. It's a psychological thing.